Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite MMA sports betting channel, Bros Talk MMA. We are going to be covering the marquee event of the year, quite possibly, of the past 5 years, 10 years. UFC 300 is upon us. We're going to be giving our picks, predictions, and a little bit of betting. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, aka Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm with my bro host extraordinaire.
You know who it is. It's Ray Bucks. It's Chico Jordan. It's Rey Mysterio Jr. It is the Parlay God. It is the motherfucking lineup king.
All-time picks leader.
All-time picks leader. Give me the belt, the ring, and the crown, baby. That's who I am. What's good, baby?
Yes, indeed. As you can see, folks, we have a new setup here. I appreciated the last setup. I really liked it. But, life starts lifing. So now we got us a new John here. Hope y'all like, big bros talk in the background. I don't even need to put it on the screen anymore in the post edit. So, we're moving on up here over at BTM. But we're gonna
be BTM, huh? Okay.
You guys
already abbreviated it, my guy.
Shit. But yeah, once again, we're gonna be covering UFC 300. I believe there's 13 fights on this card. We're gonna start out in the bantamweight division. We got two champions opening up things for the evening. That shows you how stacked that this card's gonna be. We got former flyweight champion Deiveson Figueiredo making his second appearance in the bantamweight division, going up against former bantamweight champion Cody Garbrandt. Garbrandt did make an attempt to go down to flyweight to face Figueiredo for that flyweight title. Wasn't able to do so because of COVID. So 4 years later, they're actually running this back so that these two can, face off. Unfortunately, it won't be for a title, but it will be, for a bantamweight, contendership and possibly, a title contendership down the road. We got Deiveson Figueiredo coming in at 22-3, 11-3 in the UFC, and 3-2 in their last 5. We got Cody Garbrandt 14-5, 9-5 in the UFC, and 3-2 in their last 5. I'm going to be going with Garbrandt in this fight. I believe that they're the better striker as long as they stay composed. If they begin to start brawling and just, wanting to swing for the fences, that's when they get themselves in trouble. They got some decent, wrestling, defensive, wrestling, I would say, to, avoid takedowns. But they are a little chinny at this point in their career. But I really think it's not even necessarily their chin's gone, but also it's really just because they've given it to people. It's not necessarily that they got a bad chin. It's just that he's put his chin in some bad situations is really what it is. So I feel like as long as he can stay composed and crisp with the striking, then he won't have to worry about his chin being in danger. I feel like he could get it tapped a couple times, and he's not just going to fold. Figueiredo, well-rounded, okay cardio, but I just feel like Garbrandt's going to be able to keep this on the feet and just be the crisper striker of the two.
And that makes sense. I can definitely see that out of Garbrandt. I think I just booked up the camera. My fault. I'm going to slide it over, though. Anyway, Garbrandt is the better striker of the two. I've got to agree with that. And Garbrandt is a legend. Garbrandt will go into the Hall of Fame. I've got to agree, or I've got to believe that. Figueiredo, I think, has more ways to victory. I think he can strike with Garbrandt. Maybe not at the level of Garbrandt, but enough to keep it not necessarily even, but keep it competitional, or there's a better word for that. I just can't think of it right now. Anyway, competitive. Thank you. Anyway, to keep it competitive, but definitely Figueiredo is the better grappler, the better wrestler, the better jiu-jitsu practitioner. So he just has a lot more ways of victory, and Garbrandt has been very injury prone. Not necessarily in fights, but it's kind of one of those things when he's after he gets done with the fight, because he doesn't show his injuries. He just gets fucked up and it's like eats that shit and licks his wounds on his own. But that shit definitely creeps up on you. So I mean, they've both been through wars. I just think Figueiredo is going to come out the victor on this one for sure.
Okay. Starting things out.
I mean, this is going to be a long video, y'all, because like every one of these fights has like a champion in it, a great fighter in it. Like, it's such a stacked card. It's going to be long. Sorry.
Up next, we got a lightweight bout between Bobby Green going up against Jim fucking Miller.
Jim Miller!
That's what he said, That's hopefully Bruce Buffer, comes through and fucking says the man's new appointed nickname. If he doesn't, I get it, but it'd be nice if he did. They're gonna be on Fight Pass. These prelims are gonna be on Fight Pass. They're not even gonna be on ESPN. So let it fly. Let that shit fly. Anyway,
what's his new name?
Jim fucking Miller.
Jim fucking Miller. It should be fucking Jim fucking Miller, y'all.
But we got Bobby Green coming in at 31-15. He's 12-1 in the UFC and 2-3 in their last 5. Jim Miller 37-17, 26-16 in the UFC and 4-1 in their last 5. I'm gonna be going with Miller in this fight. I just believe he's gonna have the momentum. This man has literally fought in both UFC 100 and 200. He felt like he was ready to hang him up around trying to get to 200, and now is feeling like he's in, the best shape of his life, going into 300 and doesn't have any plans of stopping. So I just feel like he's the more well-rounded fighter. I think Bobby Green's gonna edge him in the striking for sure. But Jim Miller's just a dog, man. I can't not go with Jim Miller, with this pick. I do believe Bobby Green, if he can keep it on the feet, will be able to just piece Jim Miller up. But I don't know. I just feel like Jim Miller's he's got the aura right now. So I'm gonna be going with Jim Miller in this fight.
Jim Miller's the guy. Fucking Jim Miller. Jim Miller has never lost me money. I've only bet on him like 2 or 3 times, but he's never lost me money. So I've got to go with Jim Miller over fucking Bobby Green. And I think the thing is Jim Miller is always in the gym. It is work over talent. That's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on work over talent. Bobby Green is talented as fuck. I don't think his work ethic fucks with Jim Miller's work ethic. And that's where I'm at on that. We can move on from there.
All right. Moving on, we got a strawweight bout between Jessica Andrade going up against Marina Rodriguez. We got Andrade coming in at 25-12, 16-10 in the UFC, and 2-3 in their last 5. We got Rodriguez coming in at 17-3, 7-3 in the UFC, and 3-2 in their last 5. My pick is going to be with Andrade. I just believe they're going to be the more aggressive, powerful. They're coming in to kill. I feel like Marina Rodriguez is mean, but she's just not mean enough to match the aggression of Andrade. I believe that Marina Rodriguez is a very crisp striker. They're going to definitely try to keep things, on the outside, keep Andrade at distance. But that's really what it is she reminds me of Joanna Jędrzejczyk, with just like a little bit less of an edge. But she's definitely mean. But she just has a lot of decision and is a point fighter at the end of the day. So I just believe that Andrade is going to go in there and just overwhelm Rodriguez. And Rodriguez isn't going to be able to hang.
That's It's a way to think about it, for sure, I guess. But it's the wrong way to think about it, I guess. Because Marina Rodriguez is going to beat the fuck out of Jessica Andrade. I mean, okay, I don't want to say the fuck out of her, because like it's not going to be a TKO. Maybe there's a submission in there somewhere. But what she's going to do is the same shit that Dumont just did to fucking homegirl, right? Whatever. You know what I mean? We know what the last fight was. Well, you just lay on her. She's just gonna lay on Andrade and lay on her and lay on her and lay on her until she's fucking tired. And then once she's tired, like, bro, at that point,
she's gonna lay on her?
Yeah.
She ain't gonna lay on her, bro. She don't even got no submission. She don't got no ground game, bro. She's gonna be there to fucking do this and then fucking circle the cage and do this all night. She ain't laying on no fucking Andrade. Andrade, man, she fucking... If she goes to the ground with Andrade, that's a wrap. That's a straight wrap.
I'm taking Rodriguez. Y'all take my boy's guy.
What did you say, nigga?
Or my boy's girl, whatever.
Moving on. We got a lightweight bout between Jalin Turner going up against Renato Moicano. This is going to be a fire-ass fight. We got Turner coming in at 14-7 overall, 7-4 in the UFC, and 3-2 in their last 5. We got Moicano coming in at 18-5, 10-5 in the UFC, and 4-1 in their last 5. I'm going to be going with Moicano in this fight. I just believe that their grappling is going to be superior, even though Turner's a big, tall glass of water. I just feel like Moicano is going to be able to get to his back. And I've seen Turner against Mateusz Gamrot, and Gamrot, who isn't necessarily a grappler who threatens the submission, he stuck to the Turner like fucking glue the entire fight, and Turner just didn't have nothing for him. And I believe that Moicano is going to do more of the same. I'm not going to say Moicano has the hands necessarily. I think that, you know, Gamrot may have had an edge in that realm, which made their entries and things like that a lot easier. But I just think Moicano's got it. And Turner, although very dangerous and still improving, and they'll be the taller, longer fighter. I just think that's the case. They're still improving, and I think that on this stage, especially against Money Moicano, yeah, no, I don't think Moicano's going to be denied on this one.
Yeah, Turner's the longer, the rangier fighter. He's a better striker for sure. He's just not the most well-rounded fighter. If Moicano can withstand the storm in the first round, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
That first round could definitely, you know what I mean? Turner could definitely just K him, give him the business and call it a day. I'm gonna go with Moicano. As long as I'm going with him no matter what. But like, as long as he's able to get through that first round, that first little storm, he'll be good.
Moving on.
Wow, my boy.
We got a featherweight bout between Sodiq Yusuff going up against Diego Lopes. We got Yusuff coming in at 13-3 overall, 6-2 in the UFC, and 3-2 in the last 5. We got Diego Lopes coming in at 23-6, 2-1 in the UFC, and 4-1 in their last 5. I'm going to be going with Lopes in this fight. They're, you know, staking a claim for superstar status right now. All their fights are exciting. They're constantly pushing forward, constantly, you know, looking for the finish. And if they aren't doing that, then they're getting finished themselves, which, you know, always just makes for an exciting fight. They're going to be super high volume. They're going to be pressing forward constantly. And they're good anywhere that the fight goes. Yusuff, really, really good fighter. I believe that they'll be like crisper and more like concise with the striking. But with the problem with them is I just feel like there's no urgency. Like they remind me more of a competitor rather than a killer. So I'm gonna be going with Lopes in this fight.
I've got to go with Yusuff. Oh, you're fucking wrong, my boy. Sorry that I moved the camera. It's happened a couple different times, but either way, you just said Yusuff is a crisper, stronger striker. So I'm not sure why he would not win. That's my guy. We'll go ahead and move on.
Alrighty. Moving on. We have a bantamweight bout between Holm going up against Kayla Harrison. Holm's coming in at 15-6 overall, 8-6 in the UFC, and 3-2 in their last 5. Kayla Harrison will be making their UFC debut. They're 16-1 coming from the PFL, and they're going to be 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm going to be picking Holm in this fight, mostly just for the fact that Kayla Harrison normally fights at about like 155 pounds, and I just feel like that's a lot of weight to cut. And also, like, if you're planning on being a champion, like you're going to continue to cut this weight. I just don't know if that's like health-wise the best choice. Granted, I'm not an expert. They got plenty of people over at the UFC and just, sports nutritionists and all these people who are going to be able to help her with the process. But I just feel like she's going up against somebody who's used to making this weight. Although they're the older fighter and they kind of don't exercise a lot of urgency themselves when fighting. I think that Holm still can point fight her way to a victory. And I just feel like although Kayla Harrison has the judo and is, a good fighter overall, I don't know. I just that weight cut just tells me that they could definitely just be very how do I want to put it? Just depleted by the time the day of the fight comes.
You're right. You know who had the judo against Holm? Who had the judo against Holm? Wait, who had the judo against Holm?
Ronda Rousey.
But what happened though?
Ronda Rousey got her head kicked off.
Of her goddamn shoulders.
These are 2 levels of judo though. Kayla
Ronda
Harrison,
Rousey was a Olympic level judo champion.
Kayla Harrison, bro.
I think she was she gold medal?
No, gold medal. Kayla Harrison has done what Ronda Rousey has done, and then did it a couple times over. So just there's no more accomplished judo practitioner in the America, maybe even the world, than fucking Kayla Harrison. So I'm just putting that out there. But like I said, I'm going with Holm because I just believe that she's going to be a depleted version of herself, and I don't know if she's going to be able to control or dominate the fight like she's used to doing, especially against, I'm not going to say lower level competition because there are some killers in PFL, even some former UFC contenders in there, but yeah, I just think that Harrison's gonna. She's not gonna be that version of herself in this UFC. The UFC is making her basically compromise who she was in the PFL to be a champion in the bantamweight division of UFC because there's no fucking featherweight division anymore.
True. I'm still going with Kayla Harrison. You're right. I'm going with you.
Wait, what?
I agree with you.
Nope. I'm going with Holm.
Oh, wait, that's right. That's why I'm not arguing with you. I'm sorry. I've had too many of these fucking Station 26 tangerine creams. They're delicious. Anyway, shouts out to y'all. Y'all should sponsor me. Either way, Kayla Harrison definitely is going to beat Holm. Holm is fucking 42 years old. Holm is only proficient at boxing. not a proficient grappler, not a proficient wrestler, not a proficient fucking jiu-jitsu artist. It's just not gonna happen for her.
I thought you were rocking with you. Just talking about how she kicked Ronda Rousey's head off her shoulders.
You're right. I did say that. But I know what Holm is.
What the fuck?
It's not good. Oh boy.
All right. Well,
Kayla Harrison. All day, every day.
All right.
We're winning, baby.
That was okay.
We're winning, baby.
That was a switch up, but okay, cool. Moving on, we got a featherweight bout between Calvin Kattar going up against Aljamain Sterling. We got Kattar coming in at 23-7 overall, 7-5 in the UFC, and 2-3 in their last 5. Aljamain Sterling is 23-4 overall, 15-4 in the UFC, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm going to be going with Sterling in this fight. They're moving up from bantamweight after losing the title most recently to Sean O'Malley. So I actually think that this is good for them. They were a little big for the weight class, and it was tough for them to make 135. So I think that moving up to 145, they're going to feel, I think, like there's going to be a replenished version of themselves here. And I think that you're going to see some really great grappling, decent stand-up, but I really think he's just going to be searching for Kattar's back, and he's going to get it. Kattar's going to be definitely the better striker of the two. Very durable, but they are coming off of a knee injury that sidelined them for like a year and a half. So I'm going to be going with Sterling in this fight.
I got to go with Sterling as well because, like, well, Mans has been fucked up for a year and a half, like you just said. Can't do that, like, especially with a knee injury. You ain't gonna throw no kicks or be able to even stand on it. So, fuck that guy. Let's move on.
Alrighty. Moving on, we got a light heavyweight bout between Jiri Prochazka going up against Aleksandar Rakic. We got Prochazka coming in at 29-4. 3-1 in the UFC and 4-1 in their last 5. We got Aleksandar Rakic coming in at 14-3, 6-1 in the UFC and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Prochazka in this one. I just think that they've only had one fight since coming off of an injury, but they showed that they're making a return to form. They're an unorthodox striker, pretty durable. They just need to practice more defense. I really think that that's the only reason why they even get fucked up in some of their fights is just they're just no regard for what's coming at them. They're just pushing forward. You got Rakic, who's gonna definitely be the better striker of the two. Excuse me. But they're going to be coming off of an injury that's had them sidelined for about 2 years. I just think that it's going to be tough on one of the grandest stages to, kind of get back into fight speed and against somebody as dangerous as Prochazka at that. So I'm going to be going with Prochazka.
I've got to agree with you. Prochazka, Jiri, this weird man bun, fucking like a man bun with like dreads. It's fucking weird, my boy.
Samurai, bro.
Whatever, my boy. The fucking just like Tom Cruise was the last samurai. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking clown. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna pick you, my boy. Like, I think you might win. But, like, that's some ass. That's some weird shit, bro. I don't like it.
You will pay.
I don't like the fact that you're the featured prelim. Because you look like a cone head. Like, without the cone head on. Whatever. I don't like it. Move on.
All right. Moving into the main card. I can't hit this desk. I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's gonna fuck some shit up.
So opening up the main card to a lot of people's displeasure, we got Bo Nickal going up against Cody Brundage.
Can I start this off?
Feel free.
Any motherfucking person that believes that Bo Nickal isn't going to beat the fucking brakes off of Cody Brundage in the first round with a submission just to do it because he can, y'all are wildin'. That's where I'm at. Go ahead, my boy.
We got Bo Nickal coming in at 5-0, 2-0 in the UFC. Brundage coming in at 10-5, 4-4 in the UFC, and 2-3 in their last 5. I mean, I'm gonna be picking Nickal. He's fucking literally the highest or most favored fighter.
It's a fucking layup
in UFC history.
Lay it up.
But you know, Brundage is gonna be the most dangerous opponent that they've faced to date. So I mean, hey, Brundage should be a force within this division, but he's just had a rough go in the UFC. But they are bringing him in here for a reason. So it's either he's gonna fraud check fucking Nickal, or Bo's gonna come in there and steamroll him.
Hey, my boy, like let's do a little $5 bet right now. Then you feel like you think Bo Nickal's not gonna win?
I just said I'm picking Nickal.
Exactly.
I'm at least
Then I don't want to hear that. No more flowers.
Yeah.
I'm tired of flowers for everybody.
There's going to be a lot of disappointed motherfuckers if that fool ends up
I'll be
looking
hurt
at the ceiling.
I will literally be hurt, but I just don't think it's going to happen, my boy.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm just putting that out there. Moving on, we got another lightweight bout between Charles Oliveira going up against Armen Tsarukyan. We got Oliveira coming in at 34-9 overall, 22-9 in the UFC, and 4-1 in their last 5. We got Tsarukyan coming in at 21-3, 4-1 in the UFC, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Oliveira in this fight. You know, that's the fucking legend right there. They're a super dog. Dangerous anywhere that the fight goes. They're gonna apply pressure, and I just feel like Tsarukyan, although super dangerous, a young contender or young prospect turned contender, super well-rounded fighter, definitely one of the new class of fighters that we got coming in. But I just think that Oliveira is determined and he's gonna grapple the shit out of fucking Tsarukyan. And I believe even though Tsarukyan has some good grappling, he doesn't have Charles Oliveira level grappling. So that's
I agree with that too.
He could clip him. He could clip Oliveira.
Sure.
You know, but I think that's really the only route to victory. Because I don't think that he can. This fight isn't going to stay standing, and I don't think that he has the edge in the grappling.
He does not. He has the slight edge in the striking for sure. But Charles Oliveira is definitely going to grapple the fuck out of this boy. And Tsarukyan kind of got a fraud check. You know what I mean? Like, he's just not going to be able to stand with this mic. With the guy, you know what I mean? Or grapple with the guys, I guess what I mean. So, yeah, we can definitely move on from this one. But I gotta say, is like, we should probably pause for just a second before we get into these last 3 events.
What's up? Next up, we got a lightweight bout for the BMF title. We got Justin Gaethje going up against Max Holloway. We got Gaethje coming in at 25-4 overall, 8-4 in the UFC, and 3-2 in their last 5. We got Holloway coming in at 25-7, 21-7 in the UFC, and 4-1 in their last 5. I'm gonna be going with Gaethje in this fight. I just believe that they are going to be the more powerful puncher. They're going to be the bigger fighter, although Holloway has been, bulking up because they're moving up from 145. The last time they tried moving up to 155, they were clearly the smaller fighter. It was clear that, Dustin Poirier, even though they didn't necessarily have the volume that Holloway had, their strikes just had more impact, more punishment behind them. Holloway, super dope. They're gonna, be the better striker in this fight in terms of just being crisper. They're going to be a durable fighter. I don't see them being the one getting knocked out in this fight if there was going to be a knockout. But I just feel like all they got is volume. That their shots aren't going to be powerful enough, even with the bulking. Gaethje, he's just going to be dangerous, pretty much anywhere the fight goes. More so on the feet, he's going to put it on Max Holloway. He could potentially just kind of put on a performance similar to the one that he had against Tony Ferguson. I'm not putting Holloway on the same level as Ferguson, but,
Come on now, dog.
if he starts, hurting him, he got 3 rounds or 5 rounds to do that. But I do believe that the 5 rounds plays in favor of Holloway in terms of if this does turn into a point fight. I don't think that he could finish Gaethje either, but if one of the two, like, Holloway's never been knocked out, so I would have to say that, Gaethje is the one who could be finished. I don't see it happening because I don't think Holloway's powerful enough, but, so I'm going with Gaethje.
In my opinion, I don't think Gaethje is powerful enough at this point in his career to finish Holloway. I just don't see it. It's going to be a war. They're going to go, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's going to be a very bloody battle because both of them have a lot of scar damage. They both cut very easily. So I think there will be blood all over the mat. But at the end of the day, I think Gaethje gets it done.
That's
Damn, son. Come on, guys.
We got a strawweight bout for the title. We got Weili Zhang going up against Zhang Yaonang. I know I'm fucking that name up still. I've been practicing. Yang Xiaonan. We got Zhang coming in, Weili Zhang coming in at 24-3 overall, 8-2 in the UFC, and 3-2 in their last 5. We got Zhao Nang coming in at 17-3, 8-2 in the UFC, and 3-2 in their last 5. This is going to be the first time 2 Chinese, contenders have faced off for the title. I believe that Zhang's going to win this fight, though. They're just a better overall fighter, very well-rounded, very powerful, championship tested. I just believe that they're going to kind of potentially put on a clinic in this fight. But Yang Xiaonan, she is very powerful. It may be the more powerful of the strikers, but I do believe that Zhang's going to be the more crisper of the two. And
Zhang Weili is going to fucking outclass her. She's going to make her look bad. She's going to end this fight in the second round. It's going to be quick. It's unfortunate for Yang Xiao Nan. Next fight.
Well, that leaves us with the main event of the evening. We got a light heavyweight bout between Alex Poatan Periera going up against Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill. We got Poatan coming in at 9-2 overall, 6-1 in the UFC, and 4-1 in their last 5. We got Hill coming in at 12-1, 6-1 in the UFC, and 4-1 in their last 5. I bounced this one around a few times, and the thing that keeps playing in my head is Periera getting knocked out by Israel Adesanya. And they were in the pocket. He was actually on his way to fucking Adesanya up again, at least that's what it looked like. But then Adesanya just had this really just little short counter. And it laid him out. Like, that was the shot that laid him down. And then, Adesanya got one more while he was laid down, which, that one iced the cake. But just to see him go down like that showed me, like, prior to his UFC career, he had 37 fucking kickboxing matches. And I don't know. Something tells me that Hill, especially if they get into the pocket like that, Hill is way more powerful than Adesanya. So I feel like he would just easily lay him out. Hill has better grappling. Periera's fucking just a beast. That's really just what it comes down to. And in terms of striking, he is going to be the better striker. He has some nasty leg kicks. But I don't know. I just feel like Hill has a really good chance of chinning him. And so I'm going to be going with Jamahal Hill in this fight.
I guess. You can do that. It makes sense. Sure. What? Alex Perez gonna fucking dog this dude. Jamahal Hill is going to be treated. Okay, let's see. Let me make this better. I'm gonna say it better than I should say it. Alex Periera.
I don't like that shit.
Is going to beat the fuck out of Jamahal Hill. Jamahal Hill is not a contender to this man. Jamahal Hill's out here wearing grills. Jamahal Hill is out here riding in Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Jamahal Hill is like happy that he's made it where he needs to. I gotta go with Periera. He's a better full-on striker, right? Jamahal Hill is a better puncher. I'll give him that, but not kicks and feet, or kicks and hands. You know what I mean? Hill does have a little bit better grappling, so maybe he does have a few more ways to victory. I just don't think he's gonna take the title. I just don't see a way. So that's my guy.
All right. Well, this wraps up our picks and predictions portion of the show. I'm gonna be pretty quick with the parlay portion. This card is so stacked that basically any sort of kind of parlay in this fucking card is gonna be spicy. So spicy. I'm just gonna go with one general parlay that it's gonna be spicy regardless.
3-pick or what?
It's gonna be Andrade, Lopes, Aljamain, Sterling, and Weili Zhang.
You're fucking up, my boy.
Little 4-picker right there because some of these are just too crazy to call. I would have put Nickal in there, of course, but that's literally no value. So
whatever.
There's no point in even doing it. And it would be him who would fuck up a parlay. Totally
he would, right? I'm gonna go Nickal. What the fuck? Gaethje, Nickal, Gaethje, and Zhang Weili, baby. For a 3-picker, I'm not gonna go above and beyond that because I just like this is UFC 10 or UFC 300. You know what I mean? It's a rough card. It's a crazy card. I believe in all my picks. Don't get me wrong. If I'm gonna be the parlay god that I am, I'm gonna do those 3.
Okay. In terms of lineups, I'm not doing any real lineup stuff this week. There's some cats you can get at some good value, but it's a little weird. This week's lineups are weird, so I'm not really gonna. I'm gonna maybe put in a few little just random ones, but nothing on like a multi-entry. Not to mention, I'm still pretty salty about how DraftKings fantasy, goes when fights fall out. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. Yeah. So there you have it. You got anything else?
And if you don't mind, let me talk my shit. No one else out here in the MMA betting prediction game, whatever you want to fucking call it, none of them are giving you their all-time stats, at least for this year. I don't even need your all-time stats. I need your this year stats. No one's doing it. I'm going to call people out. I haven't heard Guru do it. I haven't heard all-time picks do it. I haven't heard I think his name is the MMA genie or some shit like not to talk shit. You know what I mean? But like I haven't heard anybody go, this is what I've done on the year. Whatever. You know what I mean? I'm ease up. Go ahead. You know what I mean? This is a family show.
Hey,
Kinda.
Motherfucking Chike Man is spoken.
This is a family show. Yeah, motherfucking Chike Man is spoken. I like it. But what are the overall scores right now? You know what I mean? Like, maybe I've had too much to be talking about my overall scores and shit. But maybe I haven't, because the overall scores mean that I'm winning, right? As long as I'm winning, right? Brother? Is you winning? Yes, you is. You winning too. But who's winning the most? I literally looked like you for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I let you run your little fucking, your jibs. You ran your jibs for a little bit, right? How'd it feel? It felt great, huh?
Yeah.
It felt nice. Amazing, huh?
It was nice.
Yeah. I want you to run your jibs again. But like, it's like, you're never gonna like beat me in the shit. You know what I mean? You're just gonna be like, right here. We're gonna be good. We're just gonna be running our jibs together, right?
Sure.
Or do you think you think 300's your shit, huh? You think 300's your shit. You think 300's gonna be the one, huh?
I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Right.
My picks are in. That's what it is.
How many we got different?
Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
5. So if you pick them all right, you can come up by 1. Whatever, my dog. No, I won. I'm out here winning. I got a whole fucking belt, a whole crown. I need the ring. Bracelet. Watch. Grill. Motherfucking glass. Oh, big old fucking necklace. What?
Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, and share the channel. Appreciate everybody who's been watching thus far. We hope that your picks are successful. Until the next time, this is Bros Talk MMA. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, a.k.a. Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm with my bro host extraordinaire.
It's Mr. Why aren't you making your picks for me?
Here we go again.
Also, in addition to that, it's Raybuck. It's Michael Jordan. It's Ray Nasterio Jr. It's the Parlay God. It's Black Moses. It's Black Nostradamus. It's motherfucking I'm winning, baby. Yeah, you know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, y'all know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get right in here, right in the fucking camera. Y'all know. Come on, bro. Hey, I was being mad humble before. Then you won that little bit, and then you got kind of like unhumble. I ain't like that shit. You know what I mean? So now I'm kind of feeling that way. But I'll calm it down if you want me to. I'm gonna calm it down.
No, please don't.
Please don't.
No, we'll see what you're looking like this time next episode. How about that? So until then, we out.